This is the $1,000,000 mindset shift most creators miss. 97% of creators will never make a full-time income from content. It sucks, but that is the truth. That number ultimately should terrify you if you're in this space, but it also shouldn't really surprise you, because right now, millions of talented people are making the exact same playbook, right? They're following these rituals. They're posting daily. They're chasing trends. They're optimizing for views. They're hoping the algorithm will pick them. And 97 out of 100 are going to fail. But this is ultimately what no one really talks about, but is the key, right? This is what the 3% who do succeed do, right? Because they're not playing the same game. They're not even on the same field, to be honest. They made one critical mindset shift that changed everything. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that shift is and how you can make it starting right now. My name is Parham. I've spent over 2 decades deep in digital strategy, from Hollywood film sets to Silicon Valley boardrooms. We now represent over 200 talent across multiple different verticals. Through my agency, 1DS Collective, we've generated over $200 million in tracked revenue for clients, and we've secured more than $18 million in brand partnerships alone for the talent that we work with. We've driven over 15 billion views at this point, and in all that time, we've discovered many things. But this one thing I want to talk about today is pretty fascinating. Success in the creator economy has almost nothing to do with content creation itself, or at least the activity of it. It has everything to do with business structure. The most successful creators aren't just making videos, they're building systems. And they're not chasing attention, right? They're designing paths to actual conversion. They're thinking business, they're thinking revenue. They're not hoping to go viral, they're building predictable revenue. So today, I'm going to break down the exact structure that separates the 3% from the 97%. This isn't about working harder. It's about thinking differently. Okay, so first, I want to talk about the fatal flaw in content first thinking, right? Thinking through the lens of content first. Let me show you the trap that a lot of people are falling into. They're starting with the content, then they're looking at the audience, and then they're, after the fact, thinking about the money pipeline. They're trying to reverse engineer this. And in theory, it looks logical. Make the content, build an audience, then monetize it. But this is the problem with that. That pipeline is broken by design. When you start with content, you're optimizing for what the algorithm wants, but not what your business needs. So you're chasing views as opposed to customers. You're building traffic, sure, but you're not building a client base. The 3% that are really succeeding, that are really driving generational wealth through social media and content, they flip this completely. They start with the money, then they look at the audience, and then they build the content around it, right? What problem can I solve that people will pay for? Who has that problem and ultimately has the money to solve it? And then what content do I need to produce to attract exactly those people and show that I can solve it? This isn't a small difference. We manage people with 10+ million followers, but because they built the audience first around content, they're now struggling to figure out how to monetize it. It's a complete reversal of priorities. When you work backwards from revenue, every piece of content has a purpose. Every follower has potential value ahead of time, and every view therefore moves you towards a specific business result. Okay, so let's look at the 3-layer business structure. Successful creators don't have just content strategies, right? They have business structures with typically 3 distinct layers. Okay, layer 1 is the foundation, right? Your core offer. This is what you actually sell. It doesn't have to be a guide or an ebook or a service. It could be anything. But ultimately, what are you going to monetize? So we're not talking about the content. We're not talking about the attention. We're talking about a specific transformation or a solution, a result that people will ultimately want to exchange money for, right? Layer 2 is the engine, your audience funnel. So not just followers. It's a clear process that moves people from unaware to aware to interested to invested, right? Follower to customer. That's what we're talking about. And then layer 3 is the fuel, your content system. Yes, the content that exists for one reason, to feed the engine that supports the foundation. Most of the creators spend 100% of their time just on layer 3, right? The content side, wondering why their business never appears. But the 3% that are crushing it, they spend their time making sure all 3 layers are aligned, connected, and optimized. Okay, so let's look at going from a creator to a CEO. This is a mindset shift, and there is an uncomfortable truth attached to it. You can't build a multi-million-dollar business without a clear mindset. A creator mindset, they would typically ask, will this get me more views? Is this trending? What does my audience want to see, right? We hear those all the time from a lot of the talent that we work with, and we're trying to shape their understanding to move more towards a CEO mindset. Will this attract ideal clients? Does this show expertise worth paying for? What does my business need to grow, right? This shift changes everything. Your metrics are going to change from views and likes to lead quality and customer lifetime value. Your content is going to change from just purely entertaining to maybe education, moving from viral to valuable, moving from broad to specific, right? And of course, your priorities are going to change from platform growth, which typically a lot of creators are looking at, to actual profit margins, right? No longer looking at overall audience size, but looking at conversion rates. The most successful creators that we work with stopped thinking of themselves as creators like years ago. They are niche experts who use content as a marketing channel. They're business owners who just happen to be on camera. Now, we build frameworks, and one of these is the permission framework. There's a concept in sales called earning the right? The idea that you must earn permission to move someone through your funnel. Most creators are going to skip this entirely. Of course, they go from hello, I exist, to just buy my course in 2 steps. But the 3% that are crushing it understand that business is built on gradual permission, right? Look at this as levels. Permission level 1, to consume your free content. It's giving value. Permission level 2, to join your email list or your community broadcast channel. Lots of examples of this. Permission level 3, to attend your free webinar or download your lead magnet or attend something in person, right? Permission level 4, to have a sales conversation. And then permission level 5, to actually make a purchase. And then permission level 6, to become a repeat customer. Because that's what we want. Ideally, you get to permission level 7, where it's to refer others. They're that much entwined into what you do and appreciative of what you do that they then want to refer you to their friends and family. Each of these levels require specific content designed to earn that specific permission. So when you map out your content around that permission framework, you stop creating randomly and you start building step by step towards specific revenue, right? And then we start looking at moving the mindset from the asset against the expense, right? What is the asset, versus what is the cost? What is the expense? Now, a lot of creators are treating content as an expense in and of itself, something that they must produce constantly to stay relevant, with typically pretty small returns over time. But again, the 3% treat content as an asset, something that gains value over time, compounds and works for them, even when they're not creating. I'll show you the difference, right? Expense content, they chase trends. That expires quickly. They're looking at broad appeal. How do I get as many people as possible? Doesn't matter who they are, right? Entertainment focused is going to be low conversion value. Platform dependent, right? It might die with the algorithm as things change. Whereas the mindset around the asset content approach, we're teaching principles. These have timeless value over forever, infinite. It's niche specific, right? So we're looking at specific audiences, ideal clients, ideally. Typically, we're education focused because that's going to help us convert people. And then we're platform agnostic, right? This way we can repurpose our content everywhere and reuse it over time. It's an asset that we can compound and reutilize. Asset content becomes your digital real estate. It's a great way to look at it. It attracts the right people, shows your expertise, and converts viewers into customers, sometimes months or years after you create it. We've had some clients that literally are still converting customers on a YouTube video that they filmed over a year ago. It's very possible. Now, let's look at the revenue stack, right? Building multiple income streams that actually work, okay? Now, multiple income streams is typically a pretty terrible piece of advice if it's given without context, because people get into that kind of squirrel syndrome where they're chasing this and chasing that, right? Most creators try and add revenue streams very randomly, and we hear this all the time. I'm going to launch a clothing line, I'm going to do a supplement line or a nutrition brand, or just trying to add things to the plate. It might be affiliate marketing, digital products, brand deals is one of those as well, right? Chasing different brand deals. But what that typically does is it creates complexity without any systemized growth. Okay, so again, let's look at it through the lens of the 3%, because they're building a revenue stack, layers of income that support and strengthen each other, right? It works cohesively, synergistically. Your base layer might be your core offer, the thing that you're best at. And then you have an amplification layer, services that improve the core offer, consulting, implementation, right? Then you have a leverage layer, products that scale what you do. So this could be courses or templates, software even. And then you have a partnership layer, strategic collaborations, brand partnerships that make sense for the core, right? And therefore expand reach even further. And then you have what we refer to as an asset layer, right? Passive income from your built up expertise. Now, this could be licensing, it could be a book, things like that. Now, each layer, what you'll notice is it feeds into the next. They're not disjointed. They all make sense for one another. They support one another. So each customer at one level becomes a prospect for the next, right? The entire stack works together as one powerful business engine, ultimately. So once you've looked at that, we like to get into what we refer to as the implementation blueprint, okay? So how do we actually take what I'm talking about right now and take action around it? And this could be a 90-day period. It could be spread out, but this is ultimately what it looks like in practice. So if we were to break it down and say, okay, weeks 1 to 2, I'm going to focus on the foundation. I'm going to define my single core offer, right? What you're going to sell. I'm going to identify the ideal client profile, who I think is going to buy that. And you can pull data and do research to figure that out. And then you're going to map your permission framework, how you're going to earn the right to sell it, right? That could all be done in weeks 1 to 2. And then weeks 3 to 6, we could build the engine, right? Create lead magnets, build the email sequence, develop a sales process, converting interest into revenue, right? Then we can move to week 7 to 12, where we're looking at actual content creation now. Notice that didn't come first. So now we're looking at content creation. Produce asset content that shows expertise. We're going to create content that moves people through the permission levels themselves. And then we can repurpose everything across different platforms, because that content is asset content. Then, month 4 and beyond, it's all about optimizing, right? Measure what converts, double down on what does work, and then systemize and scale. It's not a content calendar. It's literally a business launch plan. That's the best way to look at it. Now, let me be clear. The creator economy isn't failing most people because they lack talent or work ethic. We come across a lot of very talented people. It's failing them because they're building on the wrong foundation, right? That shift from creator to CEO isn't about giving up creativity. It's about using creativity to build a real business, one that turns attention into trust and then trust into revenue. By the way, if you're ready to make that shift and you want some support, then let's talk, right? Down below at 1DS Collective, we help talented people build real businesses around their expertise all the time. So if that sounds like you, everything you need is in the description. And if this gave you a new perspective, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Real business, real strategy, real results. I'll see you on the next one.